What do you think, son? I'm glad you like it. Just like Big Bobby, Little Bobby loves it. So today's video is going to be for Bob's version of Korean rice cake soup. And it's my version, I say, because it's a little bit more of a fusion style. Typically, Korean rice cake soup has slices of beef. I changed it up and actually used ground beef. I think the ground beef really helps to give it a nice fusion style, delicious flavor. So this video will show you how to make my version of rice cake soup that growing up, my older kids absolutely loved and I made oftentimes on weekends. I think you'll enjoy it too. Okay, in the pot over there to the left, we have about 5 cups of water. It's ready to go on standby. And I did want to mention a couple of things here while the skillet is preheating for the ground beef. We like the ground beef chuck. We're going to use about a ½ pound of that. So that's why we scored it there, just to get it ready to take half of that ground beef to put into the pan. And you'll see that there's rice cake soup over there sitting in that pink bowl. It's been sitting for about maybe 10 minutes. That's just to help soften up the rice cake. And to be honest, there was times in the past when I just dropped it right into the boiling water without pre-soaking it, and that's fine too. But ideally, if you can, go ahead and do a pre-soak. There's a couple of different brands that we have there. That one is brand new. That's the one that we emptied out with about 2 cups of rice cake. So when you go to the Korean grocery store, you'll see that there's different brands of rice cake in the oval shape. Just make sure that you just get one that is probably Korean, but it has to be just rice cake in the oval shape. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So the pot of water over there is getting heated up as well, so it'll be ready for the boiling water. And Bonnie's dropping in a ½ pound of ground beef chuck. Again, you can use extra lean if that's your preference as well. Just any type of ground beef will be fine. Okay, it looks like the meat is just about done now. So Bonnie's going to go ahead and get ready to transfer the meat into the pot of water. We like to keep a little bit of the hamburger oil, so we just go ahead and try to do a light strain with the spatula. That way then it drains but keeps a little bit of that hamburger oil. Okay, so we've got 4 eggs there. We're going to go ahead and drop 2 of those 4 eggs in now. We're going to go ahead and let them get broken up with the boiling water, kind of like having a Chinese egg drop soup. So that way it'll be spread throughout the soup base. And 2 of those eggs will be dropped in a little later so that they will cook hard-boiled egg style. And now we're going to go ahead and drop in the spices and seasonings. So first one is the fresh garlic minced. Next will be the baby spoon of ground black pepper. Then a teaspoon and a half of Korean Dasita beef powder. After that will be 1 tablespoon of onion powder granulated. Then it's 1 tablespoon of dehydrated chopped onions. And afterwards will be 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Then just a baby spoon of soy sauce. Want to add a little bit for flavor, but not too much. Don't want it too salty. But of course, we do want to add still a baby spoon of sea salt. Korean sea salt, it's optional, and adjust that to your own personal taste. After, we're going to put in a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds. Then in the bowl, we've got a handful of green onions chopped. And then the last ingredient, it's optional, but is a pinch of cayenne red pepper. Adds a little bit of zest, but doesn't really make it spicy or anything like that, just adds some extra flavor. So now we are just about ready for the Korean rice cake. It's already been strained, ready to go. And Bonnie's dropping it in. Now we just need to let it cook for a little bit. And then when it's almost done, we're going to go ahead and drop in the 2 last eggs and let them just sit at the bottom of the pot so that they cook hard-boiled egg style. Okay, so we've got the lid on the pot. It's been cooking for about 5 minutes or so. We're going to go ahead and check it here in just a second, but the key is to make sure that the rice cake is cooking for a little bit, but not too much, because you don't want the rice cake too soft. And a good key indicator that the rice cake is about ready is that it will go ahead and rise to the surface of the liquid. Okay, so the rice cake, it sounds like you can hear it kind of steaming with the cover on. Bonnie's going to go ahead and check it now. And yep, the rice cake has now, a lot of it anyway, has floated up to the top. We're ready to go ahead and reduce the heat from medium to low and drop in the final ingredients, which will be the 2 eggs that will be cooked hard-boiled egg style. So you drop those in. You don't want to mix it up, just drop them in real carefully. They'll just drop to the bottom of the soup and let them cook. I love eggs, so in fact a lot of times we'll even have not 2 eggs, but maybe even like 4 or 5 eggs. They're delicious inside the soup. Okay, so there's the rice cake soup, just boiling real slowly. It's actually now just on low heat, and we want to go ahead and just maybe wait another couple minutes to have the so-called hard-boiled eggs get all cooked up, and then it will be ready to serve. Okay, I think the rice cake soup is done. It's time to do a little taste test. So let me go ahead and get some, and honey, actually let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Let me go ahead and show the viewers. This is how it looks. Look at that. It smells good, and I even think it looks beautiful too in the soup like this. And there's the hard-boiled egg style. The eggs, a couple of eggs are sitting at the bottom there of the soup. But okay, enough of that. Time to test it out. Of course, in a few minutes I'll need to have my kimchi with this too. But let's do a taste test. Delicious. I think you guys will really like this. It just goes so great with kimchi. Highly recommend that if you like kimchi. But even alone, it is delicious. Enjoy. Okay, I'm still here in the kitchen, and I just want to show you with rice cake soup, kimchi. It goes so good with rice cake soup, Korean style, bechu cabbage kimchi. So let me go ahead and take some of this here. Big piece of kimchi. Just recently had a kimjang, which means it's the annual kimchi making time of the year. And this is fresh kimchi, delicious. Goes so good together. Check it out. Rice cake soup and kimchi.